Hi guys, and welcome to another unboxing. This time we're going to be unboxing a new model from Aviate. Now Aviate has been scoring better and better watches when it comes to my tastes. So let's see what this newest model brings. Now this is just going to be, like I said, an unboxing, and the actual review is going to come after I spend some time with the watch. So these are just the first impressions and to see what we get. So this package will include a watch and an extra strap. Because the watch comes on a bracelet, you're gonna have an included leather strap. So let's see how this is packaged and what you get. This is very nice. And here's the strap. The strap is leather, and I have to admit it's a nice quality. It's nice and supple, and the underside seems to be the same grade as this. Usually the underside is always different, but on this, I mean, it is different, but it's the same type of leather. So I like that. It has a signed buckle. And now let's see the actual watch. Move it away. This one is called Spitfire. So as usual, it's inspired by aviation and one of the most legendary models out there. The box is a standard Aviate box, and I have to admit I'm starting to like these boxes. Why? Because they're made of this nylon material like backpacks are made. And I even have a jacket from this, and it's really durable, and I don't know, I like those leather and wood boxes, but if you had an Omega in the 90s or early 2000s, you know that those leather boxes, because it's fake leather, they sometimes wear out looking really bad. And somehow this gives me an impression like it's gonna last you a lifetime. It's not important for most people, especially not on watches that are as cheap as this one is, but it's nice to know that the box really feels and looks durable, and it has this military theme about it. Let's open it. And there, inside is the watch on a pillow that's made from that same material. Has a hang tag. Let's open it. It comes on a really nice bracelet. As you can see, the clasp is machined. Let's just see the end links. Yes, solid end links, solid links, and look at that. This is a Miyota movement, but as you can see, they customized the rotor by making a shape out of Spitfire. So this is a Spitfire rotor. And here's the watch itself. There is some kind of card inside, probably the warranty. Yeah. And here's the watch. Let's zoom in. And they always put on their mechanical watches or automatic, they put this automatic inscription, so when you peel it off, you really have something to grab, which is something I like. So let's peel it off. And here's the watch. The crystal, as you can see, is domed, and it's a sapphire. They say it has coating, but I don't know if it's on both sides or just underside. I will find that out for the review. The strap or bracelet really looks good, and I'm glad they're using these U-shaped end links, meaning that the lug to lug of the watch is the actual maximum lug to lug. When producers make T-shaped end links like Omega and Rolex, the lug to lug of the watch actually expands because of that. But here, as you can see, the lugs are the end of the watch, and it's really good on this because this is a pretty bulky watch. Let me just take off my Seiko 5 so you can see just how big this thing is, because I believe this is 42 or 43. Now, as you can see, it's a really large watch. Now, truth be told, this is a 37, but still, this is very chunky. But I mean, a pilot watch should be. And I have to admit, I really like it. Not just the color, but the overall face. You see, Aviate, so far, they always try to make, you know, playful dials with a lot of levels, and usually, so far, they kind of pushed it too far. I mean, some of their watches really look cool, but they come at the expense of reading the time. The last Aviate I reviewed, I really loved the fact they made, you know, the numerals of one part of the dial really stand out, but then on the other part of the dial, they lacked a lume or any kind of, you know, markers. So it was the watch was pretty useless in the dark. But on this, as you can see, even though you still have the playfulness with this inner partial dial, which I believe is supposed to mimic the speedometer of the Spitfire, and you have this little sub dial here, so it's still a playful dial, a true AV8, but as you can see, the main numerals and main markers are still there. And maybe we should just test the lume to see if they're actually loomed, because I wouldn't be surprised if they loomed just half the dial like they did so far. So let's just test the lume. And the lume is excellent. And not only that, but as you can see, the whole dial is included. I mean, the main numerals. The only one missing is the one at 15-minute mark, because that's where the date is. So all in all, a really well executed watch. So I believe that AV8 struck a fine balance with this watch between, you know, being playful and being legible and serious. Because if you have a truly legible watch with no originality at all, you risk being boring. Like I said, so far they kind of pushed it too far in the other direction, but I'm glad they're trying to find themselves, and they're getting closer and closer to being exactly what one would expect. So, you know, playful, having their own character, but not influencing the actual time telling. Now let's try and put this watch on. Now there are some details on the case that I was told are inspired by the Spitfire, but I'll cover these details and macro shots and everything when we get to the actual review. The case itself is pretty nice. As you can see, a combination of brushed and polished surfaces, and it's very utilitarian. I really like it. Now let's put it on my wrist to see how it wears. Now the bracelet is really not sized, so it's gonna be probably hanging quite a lot because I have a 6.7, as you can see, but here it is on my 6.7 inch wrist. Now this, to me, is a too big watch for my wrist. It doesn't overhang, and it actually, you know, slides nicely. Now this is what I was talking about. If this watch had T-shaped end links, they would definitely overhang my wrist. Like this, as you can see, they don't. So you can wear this watch on a wrist as small as 6.7, maybe even 6.5 if you like this look. Now a lot of people are gonna resent me for saying that this looks too big, because the idea of a pilot's watch is to be big and legible, and I agree, but I personally simply prefer smaller watches, which is why I simply adore this Seiko 5. So when you're used to wearing a watch that looks like this on your wrist with a lot of bracelets showing, when you put something like this, it just seems too big. But I do have to admit, this is probably one of my favorite AV8s so far. I really like I said, the fine balance between readability and playfulness. And the straps, I mean, the bracelet really seems nice. Anyways, that's it. So please do stay tuned for the full review, because there's gonna be a lot of macro shots as usual, and I'm gonna find out more about the actual watch. I know you can sign up for it right now, and I believe it's gonna going on sale on the 23rd. The prices are between $330 and $490 British pounds. I don't know what variants, I mean, what determines the price of each variant, but that's it. Like I said, powered by a Miyota and having a sapphire crystal. I just have to find out whether it's a dual layered anti-reflective coating or just inner. Anyways, that's it. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. And until the next video, bye.